Okay, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakodash. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the accurate millstone, who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the whole full elect and your Akim and your brothers pushing this word. Let the four corners of the earth thought truth and sincerity. Making your calling and election sure, man. Shalom, shalom. And this is going to be a MOTB update, Cashless Society on the way, which we understand that it is needed in order to implement that RFID microchip, which is going to either be in your hands or in your head, all right? And in order for them to set that mark up, the Karagma, Revelations 13 chapter, then you know what? Make cash obsolete, all right? Meaning make cash non-existent anymore. You know, it has to be everything digital. You know, can't use cash here, you can't use cash there, you can't use a different Bitcoin, a different, you know, it needs to be a centralized digital currency, which they have been talking about for a while now, all right? It's not something new. This is the plan and the goal of the elite, right? The Edomites, to be, you know, specific, right? So that they can have that Second Thessalonians, man, the second chapter. You know, they want to sit in the seat of the Most High, acting to be of the Most High, but, you know, they're not. You know what? Let me get that precept first. So like it, man. Customizing a little skateboard. But this is book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2. And let's get straight to the point, man. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and verse 3. That no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except the coming falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is the Most High, you see, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is the Most High. He wants to get on that type of time, man. Being able to read your thoughts, because that's things that the Lord can only do, man. He can read your thoughts. He can control what you're going to do. He does that already. You know, he already does that. So Esau Edom with this, you know, RFID microchip, he wants to, you know, feel like he can, you know, gain that immortality and power of, you know, really just over the people. Verse 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Right? For the mystery of iniquity does already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So you see, man, Esau Edom, he's being revealed in these last days. And on top of that, we're seeing his goal with this RFID microchip and the New World Order. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. And then we can also get the book of Job. And I'll let that video play out. So like it. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Shaitan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. And then let's get the book of Job. It's the book of Job, 20 verse 21, if I'm not mistaken. So like it. 21 verse. This is a good chapter to bring out as well too, but it's not the precept I'm looking for. All right, let me see. It's badly. It's all good. Job 20:23. I was right. Calling this book of Job, chapter 20. And verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired. Right? Because when you read the book of Jeremiah 50, it goes into, he would, what, before I butcher that, let's just get it. We can exhort brothers on that. Jeremiah 50, going into, Jeremiah 51, Salaki. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and I'm going to start at verse 8. Babylon, which is America, is suddenly fallen and destroyed. So when you read these precepts and you see like Babylon, you see Egypt, but you see it in a prophetic tense, right? Because it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, verse 6, and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So what? Yahweh on the way back. It's talking about today. This is the book of verse. This is back at Jeremiah 51 and verse Salakia and verse 7. Babylon. Which one did I bring out? I brought out. Verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And the reason, Salakia, the nations are mad is because they took after the ways of America, Babylon the Great, and these Edomites and their infrastructure on how they run America, and they found out that it's actually not the way how you're supposed to run a nation, right? So, this is why you see, the Asians and really every other nation now wearing tuxedos. That comes back to Esau, Edom. You can hear these Babylonians, right? This elite, they were wearing that. The Chinese, they weren't wearing that before. They got that from these Edomites, these elites. All right, they're drunken off the wine of Babylon, of America. All right, and they followed after the ways of America, and they're seeing their nation decline, man. They did the same thing, women's liberation, so on and so forth, man. The schooling system, and really almost everything down to the damn food, bro. They followed after the ways of Babylon, and they found out, like, man, fuck this. This is not the way how things are supposed to be. So that's why they're mad, because they're seeing their nation in a decline, right? Immorality, and quality of life, and so on and so forth. Verse 8, Babylon, it says right about out. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed, right? Because Esau Edom thinks that America's gonna come back to its rightful state, and he's gonna be able to run that new world order via the microchip, and it's gonna be sustained. All right, it's gonna be chill. It's gonna be good. Working in his favor. How we just read in the book of Job. Let's just get it. Job 20. Just bring it back right there real quick. At 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. So you see, he won't be able to save it, right? He thinks he's going to be smooth sailing into that Karagman, the New World Order, not realizing that's actually, it's not going to play out in his favor, because, I'm just going to have to prove that point as well, too. It's for you brothers, man. This book of Job, chapter 5, real quick, just to prove that point. It's not going to be smooth sailing, because what? Job chapter 5 verse 12, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, talking about Esau, Edom, and these elites, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So you see, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna mess up his hand so that he can't form his enterprise the way he wants it to, make it come smoothly. Kind of like, how can I put this? Kind of like, you're getting guarded, man. You're going for an easy shot, and then this, me, I'm 5'8", put yourself, I'm like 5'9", 5'8". 5'8", I'm about to shoot a perfect shot. There's no one in my way. And then, boom, here comes Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. And, they start guarding me, man. 6'5", extra long arms, big old hands, and now, I'm trying to go here and, land this, 3, but now it's a lot harder because what you have, someone guarding you. And that's kind of what, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is to Esau, Edom, and his New World Order. So it's not going to be smooth sailing, and it's also going to be, shit hitting the fan, Ordo ab chaos. It's going to be chaos on the streets and pandemonium and, people going crazy. And he's going to think he's going to bring this order with this microchip, and it's not going to work in his favor, man. It's not going to work in his favor at all. We would have healed Babylon. It's because it's going to be all the way to World War III. Sleeper cells being activated here as well. And to the point where the Most High is going to have to put the spear on, these Russians, Putin, to go ahead and press that red button and shoot some nukes over here. When he does that, what are we going to do? We're going to shoot nukes back over there. And then the chairs are going to come and deliver the elect. And the elect are going to be beamed up. And the rest down here, you're going to be, assed out, man. So, verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So this is why you're seeing, a lot of these nations trying to go back to, Mexico. You have, Jake trying to go back to their homelands. Man, America ain't even what it's supposed to be. I'd rather be out there, right? You're having a lot of that happen right now. And and yeah, actually, if I read up a little bit down, the Lord Yahweh had brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh, our power. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it because of his vengeance, because of the vengeance of Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple. So you see, not too long after Esau Edom goes ahead and set up this New World Order, what's going to happen? The Most High is going to go ahead and shoot them nukes. Job chapter 20 and verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Right? He's not going to be able to save it. 21. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods in the fullness of his sufficiency. This is not talking about a man that's hungry. It's talking about a man that's getting ready to achieve everything that he has wanted. Surely, verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Right? You see, what the fuck? What's happening? I thought we had everything planned out and perfect. Boom. You're going to have spiritual powers. You're going to have sleeper cells. You're going to have, all manner of things just happening at once, where Esau was not going to be able to contain it. Right? Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, when he's about to really set up his new world order to the effect that he wants it to. Right? The Karagmic sections in every other state, every other city that, is up and active. That's when, when he's about to fill up his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. You see, while he's setting up this new world order, man. So I'm going to let this video play out, and, you guys can, see what we're getting ready to come into. So with that, shalom.
And all you do is come over here and you touch the screen. You pick what you want. Hey everyone, I stopped at a gas station in Alabama to get some fuel, and y'all talk about minimum wage, how high it's getting and stuff. This gas station is what's going to happen. Everything here is automated. There's not a soul here working. And I'm going to show you around to show you what I've seen. I've never seen this before, but I'm here with my truck. Just got out. It's just a regular gas pump. You pay at the pump. But let me take you inside. Like I say, there's no attendants. There's nobody here. As you go in, there's nothing. There's nobody. There's not a window. There's nothing. See, it says pay at the pump only, no cash accepted. There's your coffee, ice. I'm making a video of this. I ain't never seen nothing like this. You talk about minimum wage going up? This is what's going to happen. There's nobody here to pay. All of these machines are automated.